Hello my fellow Retromaniacs and welcome back to Let's Play Activision's Atari 2600 Action Pack number 2. Alright, next we have Black Attack. Black. Have you seen the fast show? Black. No. Yeah, definitely have not played this one. Let's just first try it before reading the instructions. Okay, it's a space invader inside mouth. Hamburgers. Yay! All teeth are in good health. Oh no! Oh my molars! No! I can move. I didn't realize. Move vertically as well as horizontally. Oh, I have to like fries. Oh, that they are not too. Okay, unless they touch the teeth, you don't have to destroy them. If they touch only on the strawberries, they are good for your teeth. Are they not? Oh no, only got 4 teeth left. Have you got my 2 front teeth? My 2 front teeth. Yes, my 2 front teeth. Susie Anderson. Oh, isn't that game over? I don't have any teeth. I don't have any teeth left. I need fake teeth. Okay. Oh no, why it allowed you to continue even though you lost all your teeth. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. I cannot do the 2 front teeth. My 2 front teeth. Flash! Across America, awful jaws full of junk food are causing deadly dental decay. Black is spreading its invisible film, turning teeth yellow as they decompose before your very eyes. Blast this junk with toothpaste before it gets to your teeth, and don't let up. This is the Black Attack by Cuspid, the last stop before Gum City. I wonder if this was like sponsored or recommended by dentists. It would have been nice if there was like dentist lobby where you could play the game while waiting your time to appointment. You know, instead of just reading some old magazines. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's just space invaders inside a mouth. Slow, continuous fire. 1 player. 2 player. less rapid increase. Okay. Time is a factor. 35 seconds to wipe out each wave of food. 2 will shrink as time runs out. All up your toothpaste, okay? So you can still get final points even if you have lost all your teeth. Squirt toothpaste. Junk food cycles. Unlimited shots. Without a tube in your mouth, your teeth are defenseless against the food remaining in that wave. It can still be saved if you act quickly. An immediate blast of toothpaste at the food invader will wipe out the food and plaque and restore your tooth's health and whiteness. It doesn't really make sense that plain toothpaste, where's a toothbrush? But I guess, in order to have a shooting game, just using brush wouldn't be enough. Or it wouldn't make a nice gameplay where you have projectiles. Yeah. Okay. Another one by Steve Cartwright. Hello there. Let me give you some tips to help you survive the plaque attack. It's almost impossible to recover from poor oral hygiene. Yes. i.e. sloppy gameplay. Experienced in the early stages. The best strategy is to acquire as many bonus teeth as possible as soon as you can. What? You cannot grow new teeth. Next, when things get really hairy, don't bother going after food particles that are not moving toward your teeth. If they're moving off to the side, let them go, concentrating only on defending your teeth from food heading their way. This means playing defensively when the going gets tough, whereas in the early stages it's best to play offensively, blasting away all the junk food in sight. Also remember that the food always reverses direction as soon as a tooth is attacked. Try to save the tooth, then turn your tube around immediately and continue shooting. This game is just like real life. Poor tooth care at the start will get you in the end, and the sooner you develop good dental habits, the longer your teeth will survive. Although many games take years to reach consumers after going from conception to market, Steve Cartwright will tell you that Plague Attack was not one of them. There were actually several games that we were working on at the time that were not going to be coming out for a while, and I was told I had 2 months to put one together. Normally, a game took 6 to 9 months to make, so I basically took a lot of code from Mega Mania and reworked it, said Cartwright. With this time constraint in mind, he set out to create a game that 9 out of 10 dentists would agree should be endorsed by the American Dental Association. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Reflecting back on the game, Cartwright remembers a botched marketing plan that included a commercial for Plague Attack. It was the worst TV commercial ever done. It came right at the end of the wave of 2600 games, and in fact I think it was never even shown on TV because it was so bad. The commercial was supposed to be a 30-second spot that had the Tooth Fairy show up in a boy's bedroom and promote the game. They spent more time trying to explain why the Tooth Fairy was in his room, as well as doing away with any moral implications, than talking about the game itself. Despite the commercial, the game still went to market. I wonder if the commercial still exists somewhere, or is it lost media? It's like animated. All right. Yeah, that was kind of fun, but let's move on. Oh, River Raid 2. I don't think I have played this. It's almost like 1941. Oh, yes. I forgot to change the settings. Okay. Oh, okay. I realized that I'm supposed to like... Yeah, this is a proper shmup. You don't really see proper shmups on Atari 2600. So this must be one of the later titles. Oh, you can like change your altitude. And there's like multiple sections. Oh, I need fuel. Where do I get one? Where do I get one? No. Oh, that's fuel. No? I have to like land. Okay, now it loops again. And there's like mini map as well. Very loud game. Yeah, you have to like change your altitude. You cannot shoot everything. Difficult game. Doesn't really help that it's the info banner takes half of the screen, and it's probably the only way it could run in 60 frames per second. Alone in your F-14 assault jet, you are about to undertake the most explosive mission of your celebrated flying career. After taking off from a sea-based carrier, you'll tear through the skies above the ocean and straight toward a river delta, where you must destroy an enemy bridge. Once past the delta, you must navigate back to the carrier and land safely, without stopping for handshakes all around. You'll then set off a new, more dangerous mission. This is no contest for amateurs. Once airborne, you'll have to refuel in midair, while outmaneuvering enemy fire. If you manage to outduel these fearless devils by blasting them with missiles or torpedoes, you'll also win points. If you don't make it, 2 backup planes will come to your rescue. Your missions will continue until your squadron's name is history. Alright, complete your mission as many points as possible. I don't think I even got through one, because if you're supposed to like land back to the carrier, setting B novice. Okay, maybe I should try setting B. Okay, taking turns, 2-player mode. Once you're airborne, your thrust bar will be replaced by an altimeter. If you fly too low, you'll crash. The altimeter bar flashes red when you're dangerously low. If you fly over land when the altimeter bar is flashing, you'll crash. The radar screen pinpoints your position throughout your mission. You successfully destroy the enemy target and land on the aircraft carrier. At this point, you can start a new game or continue the game with a new, more difficult mission. Each new game or mission begins back on the carrier. Quite complex controls, considering there's only one button. Drop torpedoes on enemy sea vessels, tanks. Press spacebar while pressing the down arrow key. Oh, okay, it's like combos. To land, look for calm seas appearing below. This indicates that your aircraft carrier is close by. This pre-altitude. Press the down arrow key to maintain your altitude. Hold down the space bar. The thrust bar replaces the altimeter. Increase your thrust until you reach the aircraft carrier. As soon as you're over the carrier, release the space bar and quickly press the up arrow key to land. Okay. Looks quite difficult. To refuel, fly over the cold refueling planes that are flying in your direction. These planes appear only over the ocean. So what's your fuel gauge? As the river, you can refuel by flying at low altitude and picking up the cold bayous floating in the water. Warning sound will tell you when your fuel level is dangerously low. Okay, there's no Lubar's own hints. David Lubar was one of the few freelance programmers of the Atari age. One day he dropped by Absolute Entertainment Incorporation for some work on Atari 2600 games, since he loved the program for the Atari VCS. Activision had recently contracted Absolute to produce a new product for them, and Absolute decided Lubar was the man for the job. David Lubar was then given the almost impossible task of creating a sequel to the top-selling game River Raid. Although he had his apprehensions, he was able to produce a game with all the best elements of the original, and then some. I knew that River Raid was such a legendary game, said Lubar, that it would be difficult to fill the shoes I was given. All I was told was to make a river raid with the plane taking off a carrier. Given a basic concept, Dan Kitchen and I would throw ideas back and forth. River Raid 2 was later born from this collaborative effort. One of the technical achievements in this game was the use of sprites. Wow, I didn't know that Atari 2600 could do sprites. We really pushed the machine close to its limits in trying to get the largest number of objects, variety of objects, and variety of colors of the objects all on the screen at once. The results are evident in the game, which is packed full of air, sea, and ground targets for the player to annihilate. David Lubar's first game was Worm War 1, which he created in 1982. It was the first two-player cooperative game, and also the first to implement a game pause feature by means of the black and white color switch. He went on to design other Atari 2600 games such as Fantastic Voyage, Flash Gordon, and Nexar, as well as Home Alone for the Game Boy. Lubar recently released a computer humor book entitled It's Not a Bug, It's a Feature, which contains various codes that computer users are sure to enjoy. Presently, he is living in Pennsylvania with his wife and daughter, who can play games better than I ever could. Okay, well, let me try once more. No. Little. Okay, so this I can collect. No? Oh, these are the golden ones. What? They don't give you any full. Huh. Okay. Damn. That's the bridge. Okay. Let's land. How do you get more fuel? Just get a small amount of fuel. That's not gonna help. I have to do the carrier thing. Just made it. It's almost like a Top Gun for NES landing. Oh well. Well, this was probably one of the more complex games I've seen for Atari 2600. What was the year? Yeah, 1988. So it's like 5-6 years older than most other games. Skiing. This I think I played. It's almost like ski free without the the snowman. Yeah, it's identical to ski free almost. Yeah, I think I played this. Oh, isn't it? It just resets. quite annoying sound what it makes. Growl. Oh no. Yeah, it's just about getting top time. So 39.94. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. And then it's gonna be the same as any other. There's like 10 different modes. Let's try the last one. 900. What the fuck? Oh wait a second, this is some other. This is like downhill. Just have to reach the end. I think I found a sweet spot. Oh no. It's not very safe if there are like trees. You know, remember what happened to Shumi? You shouldn't do any off-piste. Skiing. Gonna hit your head to a rock. Even helmet won't help. Come on. Speed up a little bit. Let's see the ending. What was that?
It's enough already!
Oh, it's mother. I thought I turned off. I turned it off. Why is she yelling at me? Oh, okay. I don't know why it's activated suddenly. Okay. Now you can ski all year long without worrying about tight boots, cold hands, long lift lines, or whether it snows. Skiing challenges you with a wide variety of slalom and downhill runs designed for everyone from amateur to pro. Even if you've never been on a pair of skis, you can be a champion skier with skiing. Read these instructions to find out how to make record-breaking runs without getting wrapped around a tree or crashing into a gate. Yeah, the thing is in these old Atari 2600 games is that they don't have like competition mode where you like try to qualify against CPUs. There's no like results. There's no final quarterfinals and finals or semifinals. You just have to play alone against yourself or your friend, but there's no cup mode or season mode. I think they just didn't have like memory to save these times to have a different screen for showing the results, or points or whatever. So it wasn't until, PC games or NES games that you could have like multiple different, sections for the game, like menus or results or credits. Usually these Atari 2600 games, they only have the one game, gameplay section, and I think nothing else. No intro, no credit section, nothing. Okay, setting A. Just to try this option on downhill runs. Ski run passes by vertically, but does not change horizontally. Cannot ski off the course. Slalom, downhill. You must press spacebar to make your skier jump. Oh, I didn't realize that you can jump. One-player game. It could have been nice if you could have like a two-player game, but obviously, it would have to be a split screen. I don't know what was the first game that had a split screen, but obviously, if you do like Micro Machines, then you don't need split screen. It's just you win a round or point if you get ahead of your opponent enough. 900 meters. Olympic hill. Jump over moguls. The longer you press the arrow keys, the farther your skis will go. Alright. The keys to success in skiing by Activision, just as in real skiing, are learning to control the tips of your skis and anticipating and avoiding trouble. Keep your skis pointed as straight down the hill as possible. The less you traverse or across the slope, the faster you'll make it to the bottom. Pick your line through the trees and gauge by constantly looking ahead of your position toward the bottom of the screen. When you see the next set of trees and or gates, point your skis to miss the trees or pass through the gates. Of course, the more you ski in any particular hill, the more familiar with it you will become. Okay, so they are not randomized. To get the fastest times, you must memorize the run and ski the shortest possible route down the hill or through the gates. When you want to maneuver, I suggest you lightly tap the left or right arrow key to move your skis or change direction, rather than pressing down on the arrow keys, pushing heavily on the joystick. There are 8 different positions for your skis and 15 different directions in which you can ski. Downhill plus 2 possible angles for each left or right ski position. Of course, not everyone wants to ski down a hill in record time. Some of you may just like to ski back and forth and down the hill at your own pace. Go ahead if you wish. So wait a second. Press the left or right arrow key. Press down arrow key. The left or right arrow key. Oh, it's like between the two, like like southeast or southwest, in other words. Bob Whitehead on skiing. Everyone who played Bob Whitehead's Atari 2600 games knew what a sports fan he was. Boxing, home run, and football are all titles he put out for the Atari VCS. It's no wonder he also designed skiing. No, I was not an avid skier, said Whitehead. It was a process of elimination where we sat down and decided what subject matter we hadn't taken advantage of. Saturday afternoon television was a great source of sports to choose from. Inspired by the camera's eye, Whitehead created a simple yet addicting game. Whether or not Whitehead skied himself, skiing is a game that combines all the elements of the sport into a very short game. I think the style I wanted to use was one that gave the player a flavor of the real ski run. That's what I was really going for. I also wanted to make a game for those with a short attention span. Oh, so it's perfect for millennials in 2020s. Yet it's one of those games where you can play it over and over again. Although some people accused Whitehead of having a reduced attention span himself, it didn't stop him from creating short games with hours of gameplay. Alright. Let me try the jump feature. I didn't know that you can jump. Okay. Yeah. No. What do you mean? Okay, you can jump. Can you jump over the branches? I think so. No. Just... Let's time your jump. I think this I don't know. It's a little bit boring game, but I guess you know. I guess there should be like infinite mode where you can just like ski free, or where you can just ski as long as you want. What is this? Stampede. Okay. Am I supposed to? Okay, you have to hit their neck. Oh, I think I got game over already or something. Can I not get this? Giddy up! Come on! What's going on? Oh, I ran out of timer again. I get those red ones. Just going through. hell am I supposed to do here? Let's read the instructions. So you wanna be a cowboy, huh? Well, greenhorn, it's gonna be right tricky. So before you start to lasso them dodges, you best learn the ropes. And that's why you should read those instructions first. Real careful like. Then settle up and head 'em out. Didn't your mama tell you how to play the game? I reckon. Score as many points as possible by roping as many dojis. That's a totally new word, doji. It's not dog or doggy. It's doji. As you can, before too many stray behind you. Shortens the rope, lengthens the rope. What do you mean? Begin. Horse will start chasing after you. You can choose from 8 game options. Different pattern, speed, movement of the dojis, providing a new challenge every time. Dojis lope around, gradually running faster as the game progresses. Only straight ahead, and they travel in a specific pattern. Keep your eye peeled on the occasional black Angus. Boss. When the last doji is raced behind your horse and your stray count reaches 0. Horse run up and down, press up and down arrow key, throw rope, lasso, press space bar. Okay, left and right is not used at all. The cattle drives in the Old West have their share of hazards, and stampede does too. Occasionally you'll come upon an old bleached skull on the trail, and your horse will rear if you attempt to ride over it. If that happens, some of the dojis you are herding and roping could stray by, so look out and be prepared to ride around the skulls. There's also Black Angus who pops up every now and then. It can be a bum steer, since it's sticking still and facing you. It can't be herded, it's stuffed the rope. Worse, if you bump into it, not only will it have strayed out of the herd, but your horse will rear, slowing your pursuit of other dojis. You can keep on riding and roping as long as your stray count, the number of left side of the screen, is 1 or more. The better you get at roping and herding dojis, the longer your roundup will last. Okay, I guess I ran out of ropes. If you're a really savvy cowboy, you could probably play Stampede till the cows come home. Strategy, patience, and smart herding and roping are what really count. First of all, keep in mind the particular sequences in which the different dojis appear. My advice is to establish a priority for roping the stampeding herd. One strategy is to lasso the high point dojis first, while keeping the darker, low point ones herded in front of you. Remember, herding is the most important part of the game. A doji that is constantly herded will actually get stubborn and become more difficult to rope because it's too close to you, but it won't stray. You'll notice that the dojis appear in rows. When you rope the last one of your group of dark red Herefords, get set from fast action because there's trouble ahead. So wait a second, you don't have to lasso them all. I don't know. Bob Whitehead was a man known for making great sports games for Atari 2600 VCS, and although some may disagree, a rodeo is a sporting event. Inspired by cowboys riding bucking bronchos and roping steer, Whitehead designed the game Stampede. I'm a sport fan, and sports have always intrigued me. With Stampede, I said, you know something, let's see if we can find some way of doing this. I was able to put in all the things I wanted it to and give it a unique look. Eventually, it all came together. Fortunately for the game players, it came together as an exciting and fast-moving wild western romp. Like many games of that era, Stampede was only made possible through technical tweaking that allowed a large variety of objects on the screen simultaneously. Back in those days, a program took a lot of technical prowess. You wanted to try and see what you could pull out of the hardware. On Stampede, we pushed the machine's ability to put multiple characters on the screen. If someone asked me which game I felt most proud of, Stampede would be at the top of my list. Okay. Let me try the second mode. Oh! Okay, I can pick those as well. Shit. No. I have to make some decisions. That was the thing I was supposed to pick as well. Alright. Yeah, the thing with the Atari 2600 games that there's no music, there's just sound effects. I think I wonder what was the first console that really had proper sound or music. I don't think ColecoVision or Intellivision had music either. I can't really remember. I haven't played too many ColecoVision or Intellivision games lately. Wait a second. It just keeps going. Oh, I missed one. I like how the legs of the horse is just 4x4 blocks, you know. Okay, good. Like Angus. Oh no, that's the game over. Okay, well, it's I don't know. It's very difficult to say how excited I would have been if I had been born in, 1970 or something like that. I had this as a kid. Maybe that would have been a great game for kids in the 80s, early 80s. This I have played multiple times on my channel. Just go straight to the text. Now you'll never have to wait for a court again. With tennis, you can enjoy the challenge and excitement of tennis right on your own computer. But before you start, take a minute and read these important instructions. They'll help you really enjoy all the special features of the game. In no time, you'll be playing like a pro. Okay, the widest angle shots are all eliminated. Players can hit shots wide variety of angles. You can play against your friend. Yeah, this is probably one of the best games to have as a multiplayer game. You can play this for hours, just like you could play hockey or Pong. All right. The serving players will swing their rackets automatically if they are in position to return a shot. Left, right, move front. You can only move to right or left. Serve, press spacebar. Yeah, there's no like strategy in terms of how to hit the ball. Like in later games, there's like all kinds of different shots, types of shots, but here there's only one automatic way. You can aim and place the ball depending on how you hit it. The angle of your shot is controlled where you hit the ball on your racket. Center of the racket, straight ahead. My tennis, like real tennis, puts a premium on anticipation, reflexes, and conditioning. You really have to stay on your toes, try to anticipate where your opponent's shot will land, and get in position to return. Practice moving quickly to the area where you think your opponent's shot will go. If you can do that, then you'll get a jump on placing your shot out of your opponent's reach. For an extra tough challenge, try to serve and volley against a computer with the difficulty switch is set by at B. It's a sharply angled serve off the edge of your racket to either of the right or left side, then move quickly about 2/3 of the way to the net. If you anticipate it properly, you can nail her or his return with a cross-court volley for a winner. But if you guess wrong, she or he will pass you. What do you mean she or he? If it's computer, it's probably it. This strategy demands a high level of concentration, razor-sharp reflexes, and lots of practice. And luck. But you know the old saying, practice makes perfect, so keep at it, good luck, and have a great game. Alan Miller had a true love for the game of tennis when he used to program Atari 2600 games. Dave Crane and I played a lot of amateur tennis tournaments back then. In fact, I'm a lifetime member of the US Tennis Association, said Miller. Using all his experience of the court, Miller was able to design the game tennis with all the challenge and thrill of the actual game. I wanted to create an atmosphere where the players felt like they were playing the real game, not just a representation. Yeah. Photorealistic graphics, true to life physics. Unlike many games, the programming of tennis had less to do with developing a trick no one else had done before, and more to do with adjusting gameplay to produce a realistic environment. Creating the actual program was rather straightforward. I took more time to polish the game to make it feel like the real game. After playing the computer opponent for a couple of matches, one can see how much time Miller must have put into perfecting the opponent's artificial intelligence. Yeah, I wonder, it would be interesting if there's like some YouTube channel who reverse engineers the AI of these old video games, like how is this CPU opponent programmed. It's not the AI we use these days when we talk about AI. Okay. "15 love." "30 love." "30 15." Super tennis music. 40 30. Deuce. What a deuce. It out. Point. Damn. But yeah, this is such a fun game that you could play this for hours. You know, if I had this when growing up, it probably would have been my favorite game. Such a simple game, but you know, you don't need anything else when the concept is simple enough. You know, you could only like enhance this one with like better graphics, or allowing to use the button to have a different kind of swing, and also have music to play in the background, although probably would get a little bit annoying. Maybe you could at least have the music play during the chord change, side change. But yeah, I think my favorite tennis game is Virtua Tennis. Just feels so satisfying when you play it. Okay, well, yeah, that's all of the games for this action pack. Yeah, it was a nice collection of 30 games, some of which I have played before, but it's always nice to read about these like behind the scenes interviews and stuff. So yeah, obviously nowadays there's probably like Atari 2600 compilations for like Switch or Xbox or Steam, but yeah, I think this was a nice way to play them. Anyway,